There are a lot of reasons why it feels amazing when you get your house cleaned, but by far and away, my number one reason, that right there. The toilet paper in the bow tie, I mean, it's just classy. It makes you feel like you're living in a hotel, you know what I mean?
Yo, 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 what up, party people? All right, Dr. Caroline here. I am currently working on Coach Chase. He's got some gunk going on. So we have a lot of different channels in our body, our lymphatic channel being one of them. When you train at a constant, like high velocity, high pace, all the time, what can happen is our lymphatic channel starts to almost get like clogged. Chase likes to call them gas lines. As you know, if your gas line isn't working efficiently, gas isn't gonna get to the tank. The lower back all the way down to the feet. So we're working through the lymphatics to kind of push all that inflammation up towards the heart so it can start circulating better, and that'll kind of decrease inflammation. Then we have some cups. He's kind of got this like gnarly adhesion on his left calf, medial calf area, and it's causing a lot of tension and swelling in your posterior tibialis. So that's like the middle region of your leg. Cupping actually allows me to bring some blood flow to the area, which increases healing time. And then once we're done, I'll do some neurofunctional acupuncture on him. So what that does, I love to like end the session and I'm able to move his body without him moving himself. So it's a low impact way to kind of flush the system and just like reset it.
Whoa! Camera light straight to the face. Happy Friday, family. It is 6:11 a.m. We are on our way to Run Club. Friday morning, Run Club's always 4 miles. I have 6 on the docket today. I lead the Run Club, so I'm not able to miss Run Club. We'll tack 2 more onto the end of the 4 with Run Club. Be good to go. I think I'm gonna stick around the gym for a core workout after that. We'll see how we're doing with the calves today. So I did not run yesterday. I actually took another day off. And if it sounds really windy, it's because I got the top off of the Bronco this week because it's been immaculate weather in Charlotte. So sorry if it's a little loud. But I did not run yesterday. Gave it one more day to clear out. They feel so much better after that work that she did. She worked on me for like an hour yesterday, which is longer than normal. So I'm optimistic about how this run's gonna feel today, optimistic about how we are feeling going into this long run this weekend. That's the thing I'm just trying to get ready for, is this long run on Saturday, because we will have goal marathon paces reintroduced at that point. So that's really my ultimate goal, is get ready for that. Everything else leading into that, just a little warm up, tune up work as we start to get the wheels turning and get back into full gear with this marathon prep. So let's hit up Run Club and have ourselves a day, people. This is the exact reason why I bought a Run Club. Days like this. I just dropped off 16 orders for hats today. If you watched my last video, I was debating whether I was gonna sell any or not, and I decided to drop 20, and we sold 16 out of 20 in like 8 hours or something, maybe less than that. So I got a couple more if you're interested, but thank you guys for the support. If you guys wouldn't have commented on the last video telling me you wanted the hats, I wouldn't have put them out there. So I appreciate you guys. These are the ones right here. There might be a couple left by the time you guys see this. Just to continue to recap the day. So I've been literally working with my feet propped up so I can get some blood flow and proper circulation to those calves, trying to get them right for tomorrow. Going home, gonna get a big meal in before our workout tomorrow and get some Z's before we rip it. I will see you guys in the morning.
I've officially done it. I found the best cereal in the game. 7 Sundays, dark chocolate with raspberry. Unreal. That's better. Good morning, beautiful people. It is Saturday long run day. It is 5:24 a.m. So you guys have been seeing me deal with these calf injuries, I should say. I got this scraper tool off Amazon, and I just been scraping the shit out of my calves, trying to get things moving, and they are sore today. I don't know that it's necessarily gonna hold me back, but we'll find out pretty soon. I'm gonna do this again later today. I just wanted to find something that I could do to contribute to the recovery. So along with like my stretching and all that, this was something that Caroline recommended that I could do. She said I could get cupping. She said I could do voodoo flossing, a couple different things. We have only 13 on the agenda today, but they are at pace. So let's break down this workout. Let's pull up the old training peaks here. So I'll put the workout up here as well so you guys can see it. This is a great little comeback workout in my opinion, so I appreciate the creativity from Coach on this one. 4 warm-up miles, 2 sets of repeats in here. So the first set of repeats is 3 repeats at half-mile intervals. So the first half mile is at 6 to 6:05 pace. Second half mile is 6:15 to 6:20 pace. We'll have a recovery mile in between, and then we'll do that one more time back and forth. Repeat that 3 times into a 2-mile cool down. I'm very excited for this workout today. I feel like I have a lot to prove to myself. It's gonna be important for me to hit this just for my confidence and letting me know I'm still on pace to do what I wanna do in October, which the race is now, I believe it's like 43 days away or something. I feel like we were just at 70 days and now we're at 43 days. Time is flying. I mentioned this last week that because of the calf stuff that I'm dealing with, I'm not allowed to wear carbon plates right now per my PT and per my coach. So we are opting for the Evo SLs today. These have that snap that I want when I'm picking up the pace, but they don't have the side effects of the plates, which can potentially piss off your posterior tib, your calves, your shins. Everything in that area can get a little bit jammed up if you're overusing those plates. So we are rocking with these bad boys today. Last thing of note here, I'm gonna try to vlog my run from a different camera today. So I have this Insta360 Go 3S. It's very, very, very tiny. And I'm gonna take this guy with me today and see how it does on the run. Insta360 is actually sending me their new Go Ultra, but it reminded me, I kind of had forgotten that I had this thing. It's not good in low light, but once the light comes out, it's really good for being a tiny camera that you can do a lot with. I'm rocking the Walicos today, so I'll just put it in the side pocket and see how this does for vlogging. It might suck. I think it's gonna be good though. I think it's gonna be good, and it'll be good practice for me once the new Insta360 camera, the Go Ultra, comes in, which I will be debuting probably next week on next week's vlog. So we'll see how this goes today. If the quality is shit, I'm sorry. This is my phone. This is this camera. It's so small. Let's do this thing.
All right, first check-in, 3.5 miles in. About to take my gel and start these intervals. Hopefully the light is good enough on this little camera. The blessing and the curse of these paces thrown in the long runs is like, you never know how they're gonna hit until you get going. So let's get going. I'm going in with the mindset, we're gonna crush these things and let's dominate. Catch y'all on the backside of these. First set, we got through. We hit all the marathon paces. Maybe a tick slow on some of the
recovery paces, just above marathon pace, but wanted to make sure I got my recovery in before I hit the next set. Those marathon paces are my primary goal. And I lost a little bit of fitness for sure the last 2 weeks. I can tell, but that's okay. Fair trade-off. Body's feeling creaky. Creaky's the best way to describe it. This one's gonna make me a lot stronger, I can already tell. So that first one back's always a little bit creaky, rusty, clunky, but we getting through it. And we're about to start round 2. Let's go. And we found a random race, a little 5K, I think, to finish out my reps. We like that.
All right, gang, let's break this one down. At the end of your run, your Garmin asks you, what is your perceived effort and how did you feel today? I said it was about an 8 out of 10 today. I felt normal to weak, didn't feel the strongest today, but we still got it done. So my primary focus was, again, hitting those marathon paces on the first half of the half-mile pickups and then trying to stay under 7-ish range on that second half. This was the first workout back after a little bit of time off. Yes, I will admit I lost a little bit of fitness, but that's okay. I needed that reset, and I think it's going to come back relatively fast. So I am optimistic, even though this workout for me a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, would have been a breeze, a snap. It was a little bit tougher this time around, but again, that's okay. Good, solid, foundational building block. All right, so I'm gonna get off my feet here and look at the actual splits. Heart rate was definitely higher than it normally is. My average heart rate was 161. So that's where you can tell, lost a little bit of fitness there. Again, totally okay with that. Average pace was 7:17. Total time was 1:35. So we had the 4-mile warm up at 7:57 pace. I made a point to go a little bit slower than I normally do for my warm up miles today to ease into this effort. I have a tendency to pick up the warm-up miles a little bit faster than maybe I should. I usually average around 7. Today I was a minute slower than that, around 8. First interval was 6:01, followed by a 6:29 float. Second interval 6:03, 6:27 float. Third interval was 5:53, followed by a 6:20 float. 1 mile rest at about a 7:53, so 8-minute pace. Back half. First interval was 6. Second interval was 6:57, so you can see I'm starting to take a little bit more time on that backside half mile, which I was okay to trade off to hit the first half of each mile. So second one, 6:08, float was 7:01, and third one was 6:14, float was 7:10. So fell off a little bit on that back. I was really working on that backside. So didn't hit everything, was relatively close. I'm proud of that effort. 2 cool down miles, really easy at 8:18. So was it my strongest effort today? No, but again, I think it was the foundational building block that I need to jumpstart back into this block. I'm not disappointed. I'm not ecstatic. Let's talk about the really good news from this run. No numbness, first and foremost. So 0 numbness from the calves, which was good. They are sore. I was definitely feeling them. We got somebody in the window. I'll be in there in 3 minutes. No numbness in the calves whatsoever today. Really glad that I chose the Evo SLs to run this one in. I didn't feel like I was held back at all on the speed work by the shoes, so that's a great sign. The calves were definitely sore. Were they a limiting factor? Maybe. I felt really tight in my hip flexors and my hips as well, so I'm going to get a deep stretch in those today, and that's something I'm going to attack in PT this week. I just feel tight. Lower back was extremely tight. That was probably the most painful on the run today, was my lower back. I felt my entire back just tight, something I haven't necessarily addressed yet. So I think I'm going to focus on stretching and getting maybe a massage this week. I'm not exactly sure, but I just feel a lot of tightness, which I think if I'm able to release a lot of that tension, things are going to start flowing more naturally. Because on the back side of my paces, it didn't feel smooth. It didn't feel natural. It felt like I was like forcing it, almost going in slow motion, and that's how I know that things are really tight and we need to loosen up a little bit moving forward. So really good signs
from this run today. Was it phenomenal? No. I think it's a good place to bounce back and see where we're at going into week freaking 10 next week, week 10. Tomorrow is around the crown, so I'm gonna take you guys with me. Got a bunch of athletes running around the crown tomorrow, so we're gonna go show some support and watch some awesome finishes. That's one of my favorite things to do literally in the world, is go sit at a finish line and watch people finish a race and cheer them on, even if you don't know them. Let's have a Saturday, and I'll bring you guys with me tomorrow at Around the Crown. Let's do it.
All right, somehow, some way, we have made it against all odds. We have fought the traffic. We have fought an unhappy baby this morning. Is that you? Let's go cheer some people on. All right, we got the first runners coming out. We got stroller guy absolutely ripping with the double stroller. We got the first runner right behind him. There's the pace car. Let's go! And then first place runner, I believe, right here. Let's go! Just ripping. Let's go, baby! Let's practice for next year. Next year's stroller division champion.
Next up, we got Dan finishing the Around the Crown 10K.
What's up, fam? Happy Sunday. We just got back from Around the Crown, and wow, that was crazy inspirational. I always forget how good it feels to sit at the finish line of a race and just watch people finish. It was like people were literally getting out of their racer wheelchairs to run the last 100 or 200 meters. People with tears in their eyes, people with their arms raised, like just so crazy inspirational. And those moments always remind me like what racing's all about. Like we get so caught up in the minutia and the bullshit and the little stuff. And that's what it's all about. It's that feeling that you get when you cross the finish line and you do something fucking hard, whether for the first time or again and again and again. And that feeling of accomplishing a goal and getting after something and going to get it is why we do this. So it was a good refresher for me. So glad we got to be out there. I saw a bunch of my homies PR their 10Ks today. Really good energy out there. And Charlotte putting on. Shout out to Charlotte for putting on and becoming an actual running city. These events are getting bigger and bigger every year, and it's so cool to see them come to life. I think that's a great place to wrap. Thank you guys for tuning in for episode, I think we're on 15 this week. If you're here, you've watched more than one of this series, do me a favor and subscribe. I got a lot more coming. Can't wait to bring this thing to a close here in the next couple weeks and watch this race actually come to life. Thank you so much for sticking around. For those who supported from the beginning, I appreciate you guys. And we're going to keep growing this thing. We're at 700 subscribers now. Started 2 months ago at 200 subscribers. Slow roll. But hopefully somebody's going to be watching this in a year, 2 years, 3 years time, and there's going to be 20,000 subscribers, 200,000 subscribers. Who knows? The sky's the limit. We're going to keep pushing, going to keep rolling. Thank you guys so much for the support. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.